It's a great day. My name is Shay Brown, and we help you make more sales with less effort. And that's indeed, I am excited. Look, I'm glad you're here. Come on, come on, come on. That's right. Hit the button. Hit the button. Want to make sure you can hear, that you can listen, because what we're going to be talking about today is one of the biggest challenges, maybe one of the top challenges facing entrepreneurs today, or business owners, which is, what exactly do I need to say to move my prospect to action without sounding salesy? As part of my sales logical argument, when speaking to a prospect, how can I comfortably put things on their subconscious mind but not sound pushy or arm twisting? And I don't want to sound like I'm manipulating anyone. And as you can see, which we're going to show you now, today we'll be talking about the hypnotic sales approach, 10 sales secrets to really creating generational wealth. And those secrets are important. We're at Revenue Talks. Indeed we are. We're at Revenue Talks. Yes, you have an opportunity because you want to know about part 3 or part 4. You're just joining on. You're like, Shay, hypnotic sales approach, the big ticket sales formula. What have I missed? Well, there was a part 1. Indeed there was. And we went over 5 techniques in detail. You want to get it? I'm with you. I'm with you. Don't worry. You're at part 2. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button right now. I want you to receive that. Look, that's my gift to you. I mean, I do have another gift. You'll see it right below. But right now, hit subscribe. And if you're joining, you were listening earlier and you're a business owner, go and let us know you're here. Tell us your first name. Tell us your last name. Tell us where you're from. And more importantly, tell us what you do. We want to hear from you. But not right now. Right now, you want to know about the hypnotic sales approach. Shay, this looks complicated. It is, but not for you. Because I'm going to break it down to the 1, 2, 3s. And maybe next time y'all give me the ABCs. You know, 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. Okay, forget it. You're here, you're here, you're here. Let's talk. Let's get going. Write this down in your notes. I said this on part 1, but I want to share it. Do you know what to say to move your prospect to action? I'm going to answer what is the hypnotic sales approach. I promise you, I'm going to go back and do that for you because I want to make sure that you have it and that you're aware of it. But I also want to make sure that you are in, at this moment, the right conversation. You're at the right time. I am the right person to deliver to it. So let's show it to them. Let's make sure they know what is the hypnotic sales approach. I got you. You want to know? The hypnotic sales approach. Let me give you the definition. I shared it last time. It is a technique for planting thought on the person's subconscious mind without them feeling manipulated. That's important. I cannot share that. Look, if you don't know anything else, I want you to walk away that the hypnotic sales approach is planting a thought on the other person's subconscious mind, or maybe it's a state or an experience you want them to have, and they don't feel manipulated. They feel good about it. And they're glad you're speaking their language, that you're both on the same page, because sometimes you get tired of winging it. Sometimes you're in a conversation and you feel stressed. Not stressed like, oh, but like, am I saying the right thing? Am I not saying the right thing? Am I saying the right thing? Am I not saying the right thing? What is the right thing to say? There is no right thing, but there are techniques, there are systems, there are tools, and there are strategies you can use. And today I'm going to share one, the hypnotic sales approach, so you can get the big ticket sales. Well, it is a formula, by the way, but you're here at RevenueTalks.com. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm excited. So I told you what it is. It's a technique for planting something, a thought, an idea, or experience on their subconscious mind. Okay, Shay, I'm with you. I'm with you. What's the purpose? What is the purpose? The purpose is really to use language patterns to move your client's mind in the direction you want them to go. Okay, I'm going to say that one more time. You're going to move your client's mind in the direction you want them to go without them feeling manipulated. Would you want to be manipulated? Absolutely not. Would you want someone trying to persuade you to do something you don't want to do? No way. No, not against your will. No, man. No, even if you need it, you wouldn't want that. I don't want that. You don't want that. Who wants that? Not me. That's why you want to use the hypnotic sales approach, because it makes your life easier. The conversation is shorter. They're a lot briefer. Now, Shay, there's this formula up there. And I'm going to show it to you so you can take a picture of the slide. We'll hold that up for a moment because I just want you to have it. Okay, it's my gift to you. I'm not going to hold back. No, I'm not going to hold back. I want you to know that you're going to have some command. I'm not going to get into this embedded commands. There's a lot of different commands you could use. That's a little advanced. You want me to do another segment? Maybe I'll come back. But hit the subscribe button. And when I do embedded commands, which is a little advanced, it's a little neuro-linguistic sales language, I'll come back on embedded commands. Right now, just know it's a command verb. That's all you need to know. Then you're going to state a process or experience you want them to have. So you can do that. You can do that. And then you're going to close out with the tonality or the voice rate or the speech rate. You're going to be able to communicate to them one-on-one. We're going to make this really easy. So what do I need to do, Shay? I got us a technique for planting something on their mind. I know what the purpose of using it is to make sure they don't get manipulated, but they understand the experience or the state or the mindset they should have. How do I do it? How? What's the big how? Look, I've got 5 more techniques to get to that I've got to get to. I've got to get to it. I only have so much time. But you're here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for showing up. Look, you're here. Hit the share button below. Pay this forward to someone else. Tell them it's time to find their sales courage, their inner courage inside of themselves. I'm on a mission. I want to help 10 million sales professionals. I want to help 10 million sales professionals over the next 10 years make more sales with less effort, and I can't do it by myself. I just can't do it alone. So let's pay it forward. Let's share. Let's do this together. Okay, now, you're sprinkling it throughout your sales conversation. So a little here, a little there, a little there. You got it, you got it. So let me now take you to the techniques that you need to use when you're in your presentation to make your life easier, to make it briefer, and to stop you from trying to, I'm going to use the word wing it. So I don't want you just to wing it anymore. I don't want you to just shoot from your hip, shoot from your lip, or try to be continuously, spontaneously brilliant. That's not what I want you to do. I want you to know what you're going to say, when you're going to say it, and more importantly, why you're going to say it. Let me say that again. I want you to know exactly when you're going to say it, why you're going to say it, and how you're going to say it. A phrase that I learned from my mentor, I'm going to put this in green because it's a money idea, Dr. Donald J. Moyne, and I learned this from him, and it's really helped me. It's helped my clients, and I'll share a story with a client that might be like you, and they didn't have this distinction. A distinction is an understanding beyond common knowledge. But here it is. Let me put this down here. You might want to put this in your notes. Your words can make, it's upside down. You can't read it, but you got to write it. Your words can make you rich. Your words, need an S there, Shay. Your words can make you what? Rich. And help other people. So selling is about service. And you've heard the phrase before that sales is a numbers game, sales is a numbers game, sales is a number game. And I don't believe sales is a number game. I've got the Shay Brown remix version. I'm part of the Puff Daddy generation, baby. That's what we do. Here's the remix version. Sales is a service game. Sales is a service game. You're going to serve more people. You're going to make more money. See, you can serve. You can make it a hard sell. You can do this. Even if you're thinking, Shay, I'm the worst person you're probably talking to right now. Like sales, something I don't even like to talk about. I hate it. I feel like it's a dirty word. Even if that's you, tell yourself 7 times a day for the next 10 days that selling equals service. Selling equals service. Selling equals service. Just that one sentence alone. I want that to be on your, I'm planning sales success software in your brain right now. And I'm telling you that sales equals service. And if you can sell, you can serve, and you can still create generational wealth. You can still have peace of mind. You can still take care of your family. And more importantly, you might be like my client Beth, which she wanted 3 things. She wanted happiness. If that's you, you can do this. She wanted to feel successful. That might be you. You can do this. And more importantly, she wanted freedom. And that's what the money did for her. Gave her freedom of choice, freedom to do what she wanted to do. If that's you, then let's you and I just have a conversation. Let's you and I kick back and let's you and I go over these 6 techniques, and then let's go out there and let's make a difference in the world. Let's do some good stuff. Let's do it together. We're going to change this paradigm about sales. That's you and I. I don't know about the rest of them, but I'm on that mission, okay? Let's get going. Okay, number 6. You didn't get the first 5? Sorry. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button. We'll send it to you. Hit the share button. Hit hashtag sales courage. We'll get it over to you, okay? That's my promise. We're here at Revenue Talks, where it all happens. It's not necessary to. Jot that down in your notes. Jot that down in your notes, and we'll show it to you. One of the commanding phrases, it's not necessary to. So it's not necessary to reduce resistance, since they really don't have to do it, even though they will. Okay, Shay, that's a little complicated. Break it down. It's not necessary to do this. So one of the things you can do in the conversation, I was having a conversation with someone, and I was feeling like there was some resistance, not to working with me, but just the conversation and the program. And I said, it's not necessary for you to do this today. Like, you don't have to do this, and it's okay. We'll still be friends. Now, you might say, Shay, that sounds like the takeaway close. Like you're going to give something and then take it away. It's a little advanced, but no, it's not the takeaway close. What it does is allows them to reduce the resistance. It's not necessary that you work with our company, but here's the second half of the combination to crack the code. But whether you work with us or not, I suggest you automate your business processes. I suggest you get your sales scripts done. I suggest you use an evergreen prospecting or evergreen revenue model to generate income. So whether you work with our firm or not, I suggest you do this. So what's the leading language? It's not necessary for you to take action today. We can get together again next week after you review the materials. See, you can do that. It's not necessary right now for you to put your credit card down or even answer that question. But I do want you to be thinking about, if you were able to, when you have, an automation tool, that's number 1, by the way. It's number 1. That was the last part. What would it be like to know that while you are sleeping, there's money going into your bank account? What would it be like for you if that was happening? So it's not necessary if you do this, but what would it be like if? You see the shift there. The hypnotic sales approach is all about a technique of planting something on the person's subconscious mind, but the whole purpose is they don't feel manipulated. That's the key. And look, you got to hear me. I want you to listen like you've never listened before. Watch. Look, come on into the conversation. Come on, let's hang out. Okay, I got 4 more. To go. I've only got so much time. Let's really get to this, because you really shouldn't. That's like a leading language, by the way. You really shouldn't. Dot. Let's just show it to them. Look, I'm not going to hold back tonight. You really shouldn't. By saying shouldn't, it's not like you're trying to get them to do anything. So you really shouldn't be stressed about making a decision whether or not we should meet. You really shouldn't have to think this hard. You shouldn't have to work this hard, period. There is an easier way. Now, there's a lot of circumstances that you could use this. You could use this when you're asking questions. You could use this phrase when you're telling a story. So maybe I would tell a story. I would say, you really shouldn't make the decision if now's not the right time for you. Let me give you an example. I wanted to work with a prospect. This was like 6 years ago. And I call and set appointments, and and I'm just like you. I have my sleeves rolled up. I'm in the trenches every day. I'm making phone calls. I know what it's like. And the person didn't take the step. And I didn't have this distinction. I didn't know this. Look, I wasn't always wired this way. I wasn't born this way. I'm not a natural salesperson. I had to learn these techniques. And the person didn't take a step. And I remember seeing them at a meeting, a networking event, because they're a local person. And I kind of asked them how things were going, particularly with the 3 people they had hired, because I was trying to work with them and their team. And they shared with me. You know, they had turnover, and that happens. And I said, you know, you really shouldn't bring on more folks if you don't have sales scripts or a process in place that's going to help them earn income. Because I believe, and you can use the I believe clause, I believe that it's our responsibility as entrepreneurs to make their job easier. And I didn't know I was using technique by then, and I remember getting an email. Maybe I should pull it up. And the person shared with me, they was like, thank you for having that conversation. I never thought of it that way. They didn't spend any money with me. And sometimes, you know, in this giver's economy, you give what you know because it's the right thing to do. And you really shouldn't hold back your gift or your talent just because someone didn't buy something from you. If you're in a position that doesn't cost you anything, give every single time you get. So let me get back to that, because that was a situation that I was in. I wish the person had hired me. I think we could have made a difference for them, but you know, sometimes in business, everyone is not your client. Jot that down in your notes. Everyone is not your client, and that's okay. Okay, let's go to the next one, because as you use these techniques, and you know 1, 2, or 3, light bulbs go off. Okay. Next technique, number 8. You might find, now I'm putting this in green just so you have it. You weren't there for number 1. Don't worry about it. Hit the subscribe button. We're going to send it to you. But you might find, and we're going to show it to you. You might find, what's the definition, Shay? What's the definition, Shay? Give it to me. Okay, I got to go. Give it to me. You might find applies that they're going to experience what you described as something just happened. Let me say it again a little slower. So yes, it's a little different than when you, or what would it be like, where you're really future pacing, by the way. You might find applies they're going to experience what you described as if it just happens. So you might find yourself, when you use the hypnotic sales approach, that the person takes the action or has the thought that you were thinking at the same time. You might find that happens to you. You might find when you go back, if you have an opportunity and you hit the subscribe button, you listen to this a second time or a third time or a fourth time, you might find there was one idea that when you are talking to someone that you find yourself using, and use that for the rest of your life. I love the you might find. That's one of my favorite. You notice I put it in green because it's a money idea. You might find. Now, I've been teaching these techniques full-time, all-time since 2012. So 12 years doing this. And I've learned a lot of lessons. I learned the hard way. A lot of deals and clients that I didn't get. I learned going through bankruptcy. I learned having my car repossessed. I learned going through a divorce. I've learned, so I'm trying to share with you what we've done with other clients. And you might find that when you finally use one technique, that you have more confidence. You have greater self-esteem. You go after large accounts. You might find yourself in a position talking to people you normally wouldn't talk to. That might be you. And if that's you right now, hold on for the last 2 and we're closing down. Yes, we're doing the 1, 2, 3s. They didn't give me the ABCs. I don't know what they did. I have no idea, but I'll talk to them. Don't worry about it. Okay. To the point where. Now I'm giving you the command verbs. To the point where. I only have so much time. I'm going to go deeper in these. There'll be other revenue talk sessions, so make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you get them. I'm giving you 5 now, but I'm going to go back and I'm going to take one at a time and give you several examples. To the point where, where, here it is, you can see it. To the point where, what that means is it connects one thing your prospect is experiencing with the next thing you want them to experience. Did I just roll my face? No way! Get out of here! Look, what I love most about this is that you can be yourself to the point where you now are using the techniques because you were already using them on a subconscious level. You just weren't aware. Like sometimes you don't know what you don't know, to the point where you're saying the same thing over and over again. You're drifting into patterns, and then you have a script to the point where it's working, but you don't know what's working. But here's the challenge with winging it. When it doesn't work, you don't know why it didn't work. And when you get the deal, you don't know why you got the deal. But use these techniques to the point where you know exactly why you didn't get it and exactly why you should get it. See, I'm trying to roll my heart. I've got one more. Let's go ahead and bring it down to home stretch. Let's bring it down to home stretch. This last idea. Where are we, Shay? We're at the revenue talks, the hypnotic sales approach, big ticket sales formula. Look, I'm excited because we're answering the one question. You missed the question? Don't worry about it. The one question, do you know what to say to move your prospect to action? Because you now have the distinction that your words will make you rich. So all you got to do now is go blah, 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 ching, ching, $5,000, blah, 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 ching, ching. Could be $10,000 to the point where you're able to have these conversations and teach them to other folks. And as you're teaching them to your team and your team's listening, and then they're going out and applying. I just say team because I'm assuming you're going to have a sales team, right? Because you're not going to do all the sales. You're going to have a sales team to deploy where they're applying it. Then we can imagine what it's going to be like when the money is just rolling in, baby, month after month after month after month after month. It's not about the money. I get it. But it sure will feel good. All right, here we go. The last one. Technique number 10. Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. They don't give me any music. They don't give me nothing. I just, I don't get any water. What's going on up here? Okay, don't worry about it. Invite you to notice. I'm going to invite you to notice how I'm weaving these techniques in, even through this conversation, so you know exactly not what I'm saying, but why I'm saying it, but more importantly, how I'm saying it. And if you were able just to use any one of these techniques, you're going to find yourself at a much better position. But I do believe that when you go back and review your notes, or if you hit the subscribe button, when you get part 1 or listen to part 2 a second time or a third time, you're going to get a different level of understanding. Has that ever happened to you before? Where you heard the words to a song on the radio, and then you started singing along with the words of the song. Like, okay, can you think of a song that's happened to you? Just look, if you are, hit the share button below to say, Shay, I remember hearing, beat it. Well, that's telling my age, right? Billie Jean, or whatever it is to you. And you started singing along with the words of the song. And the question I have to ask you is this. When did you decide to learn the words of those songs? Probably never. And when you use this, it's going to happen for you as well. I know it. So listen to this and watch this training, this revenue talk, at least 7 times. So I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to encourage you to take a step. For those at the notification button, you'll get it. Listen to this at least 7 times. 7 times. I'm going to ask you over the next 7 days, listen to this at least 1 time, and let's let these concepts plant on your subconscious mind. And I'm going to invite you to notice the difference in your speech pattern, in your voice rate, in your tonality, and in your conversation. Oh, Shay, you never told me what invite you to notice means, huh? But I told you anyway, didn't I? Don't you love it? Let's go ahead and show them the definition. They want a definition. Let's give you a definition. Here we go. Invite, you notice. Invite has a pleasant connotation. Didn't it feel good when I said, I'm going to invite you to listen to this a second or third time? Didn't that feel good? It felt good. It felt good. It's a way of being polite and allowing them to kind of voluntarily do something. So as you go back and you really listen to this a second or third or fourth time, when you use the technique, send me an email. Like tomorrow, when you have a conversation and you use the technique, I'm going to ask you to send me an email, send me a Facebook message, and just say, Shay, I use the technique, and it's tell me what your experience is. Because I just want to know. I just want to know, because I know it's going to help you. Okay, The hypnotic sales approach is here. You have it to the point where now you can use this for big ticket sales item. We've answered the question, do you know what to say to move your prospect to action? Look, I want you to know that you are an incredible person. You're in business. You're in business to help. You're in business to make money. I believe that this is your moment. This is your time. You're at the right place, and your business is going to go to an entirely different level. Not because you use the hypnotic sales approach, although when you do, it's possible. It's not necessary that you do it, but I'm going to invite you to do it. When you do, then I know you're going to make a bigger difference in the world. So with that being said, I want you to know that I believe in you. I believe that you're going to hit your revenue goals, but more importantly, you're going to hit your personal goals, that you're going to walk in your passion, you're going to live your purpose, and you're going to change lives. I believe that. And even if you're not believing it right now, even if you're doing really, really well, but you're like, Shay, I got so much pressure, I believe. And if you're someone that's struggling, I believe in you. So every single moment you wake up, I want you to tell yourself that Shay Brown holds the belief for me, because I'm going to hold the belief for you until you get there. Thank you for hitting the notification button. Thank you for paying it forward, because without you, there is no us. So with that being said, do 3 things. Be humble, always serve. Number 2, always do what? Stay hungry. Continue to learn. And number 3, always hustle. Give your best. Make today better than yesterday. You do that, and I know with 100% certainty, the best is yet to come. So with that being said, my name is Shay Brown, the sales cardiologist. Make it a great day, everyone. And we'll make some good things happen. We connect again next time. I'll see you soon.